Hi, I'm Mike Steven and this is Gear Up. Today we're going to talk about chains and if they break out on the trail and the things you can carry with you to get you back on the road and get you back pedaling towards home. So the first thing is preparation. So you need to have the right tools with you and you need to have the right parts in essence with you. There's all sorts of different speeds of chain. So the first thing that you have to do is make sure that in your gear bag you have a master link that is the appropriate speed. This is what a master link looks like. They're very small, easy to carry. This is what you'll actually repair your chain with. Again, making sure to get the correct number of speeds and making sure to get, sometimes there's, for example, there's Eagle chains, which aren't really compatible with Shimano, which aren't compatible with the new T-type from Shimano, from SRAM. So make sure that you have the correct master link that works for your bicycle. The next thing that you're going to need is you're going to need a small version of a set of master link pliers and a chain brake. A lot of times, like a small multi-tool like this will have like a chain brake built into it, so you could just carry a small set of pliers. There's small versions of these tools that they're very compact that you can carry in your bag or in your camelback, your hip bag, whatever you happen to be carrying your tools in. I'm going to use a little bit bigger sets and I'm going to show you kind of how things work. So the first thing I'm going to show you is how to cut a piece of chain, because your chain will look somewhat like this when it's broken. And what we want to make it look like is two pieces like that so the master link can put it together. So we want to cut off either the damaged links, and you can probably take 2 to 3 links out of your chain and still be able to run most of your gears. Keep in mind that as you remove links out of your chain, it's going to make it harder to get into your bigger gears in the so basically the gears that have bigger circumference, whether it be on your back cog stack, the big guy, or on your front chain rings if you're running multiple chain rings, the biggest chain ring. So you want to keep that in mind, so you might want to shift through it after you do the repair and see if there's any gears that you shouldn't go in until you get back home and replace the chain. But this will get you out of the bush. So the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to cut this chain to 2 female links. So this piece right here we're going to cut off, or cut off the damaged pieces. So you put it on your chain braking tool. There'll be a pin guide here that you just set the chain into. Then you can drive the pin completely through. You can reattach chains together with this tool as well. It's not recommended because the chains are more likely to break if they're put back together with this tool. So we're going to show you the preferential way of putting a master link into the system. So you continue to drive the pin through, unthread your chain breaker, and now you can see the 2 side links and the pin is off. Now we just have that. Now let's make this really big. So this is a full length chain now. You're going to take one side of your link and put it in. It does matter what direction that the master link goes in. So it'll usually have an arrow showing the drive direction of the chain, meaning which way the chain spins when you're pedaling it. So do take care with that. There is a right and wrong way to put on a master link. So you're going to put it on one side, making sure that you have the correct drive. Then you're going to take your other half, put it into the other side. Then you're going to loosely fit it in, and you're going to see that when I loosely fit it in, if you look at it closely here, you're going to see that the links aren't spread into place yet. So what I'm going to do with this tool now is put it on either side of this. Uh-oh, we're having problems here. It's hard to do it so I can show you well. So again, we'll take it, put the chain link together, get it loosely in place. Then you're gonna take your master link pliers. Again, the chain is on your bike at this point. You've threaded it through the derailleur, which we're gonna show you in a minute. And then you pry these two pieces apart. And again, it's a lot easier when it's on a bike. Let's see. And it shouldn't be too hard to do. So if you're fighting and then you have your chain put back together. So again, this, you have to put your chain back together on your bike, and we're gonna show you the way to thread a chain through the system here in a minute. So we're back at the bike now with our chain that we've prepared already. So we've taken the damaged links out and we've prepared it to 2 female links like so. So again, chain drive direction matters. So make sure you do it properly. It'll either have an arrow on the chain, or as a general rule, logo side out. So if it doesn't have any drive direction arrows, the side with the logoing would face you. On Eagle chains, the flat top and the flat top chains, the top should be the flatter side, the bottom should be the more linky side or rounded side. So we've got logos facing out here. We're gonna take it, put it onto the chain wheel. And what you're gonna notice is with single speed drivetrains, they're what's called a narrow wide system. So in this position, it'll fit on. If I move it over exactly 1, it doesn't fit on, because one of the teeth is narrow, one of the teeth is wide. So you've got to find the narrow wide positioning. So how I'm going to do this is I'm going to do it from this side, and I'm just going to pedal the chain through the chainring. So now that you've got that, you take the back portion, you feed it through the frame between the seat stay and the chain stay, and you've taken your shifter and shifted into your smallest gear. The reason why you choose your smallest gear is because it gives you the most working room and the least amount of tension on the chain. So then you're gonna mesh it onto the cassette. Then you're gonna take your derailleur, flex it down like this, and I've got to feed this through the top here because that little arm's getting in the way. I don't know if you could see that, but this little arm is getting in the way. So I'm going to feed it down through. So on the first derailleur pulley, it's going to go on this side. So it's going to come from your cassette to the far side. And a lot of times there's a little tab in behind here. And you've got to put it, make sure to put the chain on the inside of that tab. Because if you don't, you're gonna hear the chain running over the tab. So as you pop it through and then feed it around the other pulley wheel, it should look like that. So you're going from your cassette to around this way, to back around this way, to complete your link. So once you've got it that far, I find it easiest to try and center the chain so that you're joining in the center like that. Then you're gonna take your 2 pieces, again, on your master link, again, noticing drive direction. So if you look, I don't know if you can see it on there, but there's a little arrow on that guy. So that means that this has to be going this way, because that's the way this chain's gonna drive, is this way. So I'm gonna put that one on, and if you get one right, the other one's gotta be right. Okay, so you put them in like that, they're just loosely hung. You're gonna take the chain, push it together, and get a nice loose fit. Put a little bit of tension on it, but at this point, it's not on. I'll show you a little secret. You can use your master link pliers to pry it out, But another quick little secret is just gently pedal until you see the master link come up to the top. Then apply the back brake and apply force. You're gonna hear a click. Oh, the bike's moving on me. Ready? Did you hear that click? So that click right there put the master link into place. So that's just a little trick for putting it back on if you want. Again, you can use the master link pliers and just spread it. That will also work. Then what you're gonna do is you're gonna pedal the bicycle and make sure that there's no excessive rubbing, no loud noises coming from it. And you're ready to head back home. Don't forget that if you have taken some links out, what I was talking about, check your shifting into the bigger gears, because the chain or the derailleur can only go so far. So what you're gonna see is as I shift up through these gears, you're gonna see that derailleur drop. So now in its highest gear, you can see that the derailleur is way up there. There's not as much slack in the chain. But you can also see that you can probably pull out 2 or 3 links and still get that gear. So just watch for that. Other than that, if you have any questions about how to do this, there's some really good videos online that'll probably do it better than me. But there's also pop into your local bike shop. They'd be happy to help you out, set you up with the right tools to do it, set you up with the right master link. Just make sure when you go into the shop, you know how many speeds your bike is. And yeah, they'd be happy to get you out there riding again. Thanks for watching. I'm Mike Stephen.